It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 39th annual Ocala Shrine Rodeo returns to the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion September 3rd and 4th, 7:30 nightly. Witness the superstars of the PRCA as cowboys ride to help children walk. For tickets and information, check out OcalaShrineRodeo.com for broncs, bulls, and babes. The Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo, September 3rd and 4th, 7:30 nightly.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Hour number 3 on a Friday. It's Friday the 13th. Oh, you superstitious people out there. Today is not your favorite day. I don't mind Friday the 13th. I don't mind black cats. I don't mind walking under ladders, broken mirrors. You know, black cats are cool, actually. On this day in history, I remember it well. August 13th, 2004. Category 3 hurricane with winds in the excess of 150 miles an hour make landfall in Punta Gorda, Florida, ripping up trees, forcing the evacuation of tens of thousands of residents, caused 10 deaths, $15.4 billion in damages in the state of Florida. The Category 3 hurricane was the beginning of the 6 weeks of terror. As Hurricane Charlie on this date came on shore in Punta Gorda, Florida, Port Charlotte, that area, then it was followed by Francis, Jean, and Irene. That 6 weeks in Florida was not fun, folks. If you lived here at the time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you didn't live here at the time, we got it. And Jean liked Florida so much, he went out, come across Florida, went out in the Atlantic, turned around, and come back across Florida. 622-9622 is the number to call. The reason I'm telling you about that day in history is because we need to talk about Fred. Yep, the National Hurricane Center has issued watches and warnings in the Keys along the southwest coast of Florida. Fred continues to bring heavy rains to eastern Cuba, southeastern Bahamas. The storm remains poorly organized, though, thank goodness. It could become a tropical storm again later today, according to the National Hurricane Center. They're going to fly some planes in there to find out if it's going to strengthened at all. Gradual strengthening seems likely as Fred moves across the Keys and then near or offshore of the west coast of Florida for the entire weekend. Right now, Fred has maximum sustained winds of 35 miles an hour, and according to the 8 o'clock advisory. It's located 125 miles south-southwest of Great Exuma Island and about 370 miles east-southeast of Key West. It's moving at 10 miles an hour. It's expected to take a northwest turn tonight or early Saturday morning. It's expected to move along or just north of eastern central Cuba, be near the Florida Keys Saturday early morning and near the west coast of Florida on Sunday. A tropical storm warning has been issued for the Florida Keys. Tropical storm watches have been issued along Florida's southwest coast. Naples, Fort Myers, Northport, Venice, Punta Gorda. Tropical storms conditions are possible Saturday and early Sunday across those portions of Florida. The risk of tropical storm conditions will spread northward along the Florida west coast and into the Panhandle on Sunday and Monday. So, you know, it looks like it's not a well-organized storm. It looks like it's got some issues with its organization, but as it gets over warmer water, it's coming right in that little plot of land the plot of water that separates Cuba from Florida, that 90 miles. That storm's coming right through that little gap. And it's staying over the water. It's not going on the Cuban land. It's coming right on the water there. And that water is very warm. The only land that's got in the way before it gets to the Gulf is the Keys. And if you've ever been to the Keys, you know that's not a whole lot of land. So I look for Fred to strengthen. The National Hurricane Center thinks he will strengthen to a tropical storm. They do not predict that he will be a hurricane. But Charlie originally was not supposed to be a hurricane either. Then it was going to be a Category 1 hurricane, but when it came on shore, it was Category 3. Strengthening and, quickly as possible because of how warm the waters are in the Keys, in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, there is a high-level, high-pressure system over the southeastern part of the country, so that'll help keep some of the strengthening down. But this is one of those storms you got to keep watch on, and it's not so much because of the wind it's going to bring, but because of the rain it's going to bring and how much rain we've had. Rivers are already almost at their flood cresting levels, and, 6, 8, 12 inches of rain will not help. And that's what it looks like. This looks like it's going to be a heavy rain producer is what it will be mostly. And if that's the case, some of the rivers in Florida are ready to boil over their sides already. There is no, I have not seen any kind of message from the county or the cities, the municipalities, that there'll be sandbags put out or anything. They hadn't got to, nobody said that yet, so I don't think Fred looks ominous enough for our local emergency management to think that we need sandbags or anything yet. That could change, though. Stay listening to the source. That could change. But just do your due diligence and make sure you check the weather every so often over the weekend to see exactly what Fred's path is going to be, what Fred is doing, and where he's going to end up. Looks like he's going to ride the coast all the way up into the Big Bend area is where all the models. I use Mike's weather page on Facebook. Looks like all the models have that going up right along the coast, hugging the coast, and then going on into the Big Bend area. We talked about the 15-minute project rule a little earlier. Here's another life hack you could do. It's called the 1-minute rule. You can change your life for the better in 1 minute. That, according to Gretchen Rubin. She is the co-host of a Happier podcast. Rubin's tip: anything you can do in less than a minute, do without delay. Some examples: put that dish you just used in the dishwasher. You can do that in less than a minute. Return the document back to the folder where it came from. You can do that in less than a minute. Stick your coat in the closet where it came from when you come in from outside. When you take a shirt or pants off the hanger, put that hanger back in a collection area in the closet instead of throwing it on the ground. All of these can be done in less than a minute. And if you stick to it, the 1-minute rule has massively transformed people's surroundings. So the 1-minute rule is anything you can do in less than a minute, do it right now. Don't procrastinate. And then a rule for procrastinators, which I'm going to try, is the 15-minute rule, where you got a big project, pick one task of that project or activity, and set a timer for 15 minutes and do nothing but work on that project solid for 15 minutes till that timer goes off. And, if you want to be at 20 minute, 25 minute, 30 minute, however long you want to do it. But that'll help you know that there's a start and end time that you can see that's not a very long period of time, and it will help you with your procrastination. So just some tips today, life hacks on how to help with your procrastination. But also we were talking about Fred. Just keep abreast of what's going on with Fred. It doesn't look like it's going to be that big of a storm wind-wise. It looks like it's going to bring rain to the west coast of Florida at least, possibly to the central area of Florida where we live. But just keep your due diligence, keep an eye out, keep a watch out, and you should be fine. We're going to take a break. We come back. Silver Spring Shores, the community center, they've had an issue. Well, it seems that issue's fixed now. I'll tell you about that next. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
The warm weather deals just keep getting better at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. This week, we start with 3 super hot BOGOs. Gorgeous hydrangea, big number 5 size, buy one, get one free. Looking for elephant ears? Well, Bob Wines has them also on BOGO. Plus, you can mix or match from a great selection of flowering shrubs. Also, buy